Hey guys, happy whatever day it is, Wednesday. I took Tuesday off, so I'm still not knowing what day it is, but I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to day number 6 of the Papercraft Society Advent. I have good news. We figured out how to use the thing from yesterday, so I think we can start out by chit-chatting about that. Oh, look, and Blossom is here. Howdy to you as well. Hope that you are doing well. One of my friends also mentioned that it was like super hard to find all my linky bits if you want to get an affiliate link or want to support the stream in some way. So now that it's back and it is scrolling on all the thingies again. So if anyone has trouble finding it in the future, let me know. But I don't know. I don't think it's overly obnoxious. And as always, doing the YouTubey things always makes life easier because then other people can find the stream, and it's really been kind of interesting. Like people have found the advents at different points during the advent, and then they'll kind of come back and look at things. But since my friend Elizabeth is doing her, I guess her penultimate or the stream right before her birthday stream tonight in an hour, I am going to try to not linger too much. I did get my birthday stream on the calendar for 2 p.m. Central this Saturday. And mostly we're going to just be opening the cards that you all awesome people have sent me and just sort of chatting about them because I like looking at cards and talking about them. But let us get to the unboxing. Here we are. And I threw the birthday stream on the events calendar in case you are interested in that. But let's chat about what this thing actually is. Now, both Delise and Lala got this correct. I did not. So this is what the original piece looked like. And here's the card, the first card I made. We were almost at the point of doing like an actual project recap, although given away one of the cards and sold the other one. So I don't know. So this is the first card I made, and we used day three's stencil to do these sidebars, and then this is the mystery piece from day 5. Am I missing? Am I counting that right? Tampa did no, I think these are day 4 and 5. Anyway, so the stamp was day 1, the ephemera was day 2, the sentiment strips were day 3, the stencil was day 4, and the dies were day 5. So that's not what this thing is designed to do at all. So basically, what you do is you want to reinforce you want to basically burnish all the score lines, which I've done here. And then it makes a little piece that looks like this, which also doesn't really tell you very much. But basically, what this is a pop up piece, so if you had a card, this would kind of go in like this, where these flaps would attach to the two sides of the card. And then you would basically glue whatever you wanted to pop up in here. And as the card opens, this piece will open. So it makes like a little mini book. Um, but I had no clue until I watched the Craft Stash thing. But Delise and Lala did call that. And you can, when this opens, this panel sort of slides up or down when it opens, so you can actually do a double version. So this is the card that I made. Um, Oh, thanks. I thought it would be helpful because I always like talk about it at the end, and people then kind of forget about it because it's sort of like I just started becoming an event calendar. But this is a 5x7, and this was an interesting experiment. As you can see, what color you see this color. This is clear skies, and it looks super green on craft. I'm not sure why. So this makes a very teal leaning blue, which I thought would be really cool with this paper pad. This is actually the Celestial Christmas or something like that from Hobby Lobby from last year. I bought it because it has a star page that I've used up entirely. It's all foiled. The foiling on it is beautiful. But anyway, so I just had these. This was from a different project. I cut a tree out of some foil paper, and then I just was using that as a stencil on some craft. But I'm really intrigued by how the color shift on these happened. I just had some stickers. But this is how the pop-up works. As you can see, whoop, I was off screen. It lifts up like that. And as you can kind of see, I guess you can't, you can kind of see it here where you have two of them that are glued there. So with either a 5x7 or a 6x6 square, you can have two of these. I just used one because this paper has the sort of this look of, almost a child's mobile, but with planets hanging down. And the paper on the back is not foiled, but the paper on the inside is, and it says all is calm, all is bright. And I think I can just write a message here, or I left the back not done, so I can do that. But I think it's going to be, I think the recipient of this card is going to really like it. But that's what that thing actually does. So we are 0 for 2. I think 2 we've gotten wrong. We got the stencil wrong because I didn't realize it was a planning stencil. And then we got the dies really wrong. So let's see if day 6 we can perhaps redeem ourselves. Um and this feels more substantial. Like it's slightly weightier. I'm going to guess paper. I don't know. Just cuz we haven't seen paper. But we will see. And hopefully make a project and be done on time. And I think I was close. It is some chipboard elements. And one of the things some of the Craft Stash people have said, this is interesting. Maybe they aren't chipboard. Oh, it's a bunch of different things. Okay, let's take a look at this in slightly more detail. But let us just cut off this evil sticky flap before we go much farther, so I don't have to fight with that later. I guess we should see who this is by. This is by Card Making Magic. I'm always a fan of magic. We have cats who are very magical, so we have this Let It Snow, which it's not quite chipboard. Are these perforated? These are actually not perforated. So they are foiled, but it looks like we will. I don't think. Yeah, these aren't, we will have to fussy cut these out. Although they're not too bad because they're square. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It looks like these might actually be stickers. Because, like, look at the edge here. Let's just see. No, it doesn't seem to want to come up. So I think will be cutting these out. I don't think these should be too bad. They're circles and squares and stuff. Peace, love, and joy might be one that would be fun to use. We have some papers. These are all about the same weight. These are, I'll say, they're less weight. They're about the same weight as like an Echo Park. They're single sided, of course. I shouldn't say of course, but these are single sided, as are these. I very much like this pattern, and these are nice as well. I think I may pull in some stickers and use this pattern. Um, But this actually answers a question. I was curious if, I guess it'll be interesting to see on the Craft Stash video. Um, Typically, you get digital papers when they provide paper in their usual boxes. So I'm curious um, if they do that here. It looks like these are bigger than an A2. So potentially you could use these in a 5x7 card. I think I will do an A2 and cut this down a little bit. I think I'll grab this Peace, Love, and Joy here because I think that'll mat nicely. Yeah, I think that'll work pretty nicely because I think we can just cut it once and be good. I wish they had cut these out though. That's a little bit of a downer. Anyway, I think we can do Peace, Love, and Joy and then maybe rotate this on our card base. I think that's what I'll do. I'll cut this into a standard panel and find something something. I have all these Magic of Christmas stickers left because I sort of smushed the Magic of Christmas or smashed it doing things. So I'm thinking maybe we could use the tree. Maybe the tree and the sled or something. I don't know. We'll see. I think we can use some of those elements because they're right here. Whoopsies. Okay, that went That went somewhere. I guess we can see if we can cut this. That will be a fun and interesting thing to figure out. I'm just I'm trying to eyeball this. I might cut this on my, well, let's try it. I think this will work better on this trimmer. I think this will be okay. Okay, that cut off. That cut very close to the edge there, but the matting on here is pretty good. You can't really see anything left. So I think this cut pretty nice, pretty cleanly. So even though this feels like a heavier weight card, but it cuts pretty good. Um, and then there's not really much space in between these, so that kind of means that you have to be sort of careful. Although I don't know, I feel like you could throw this whole thing on a scan and cut and probably be fine. But let me see. Hello, Lynn. How are you? Welcome. We are getting into day number 6, and day number 6. I think this is 4 1/4 by something. 5 3/4. That's kind of an interesting size. Anyway, I'm cutting it to a standard A2 panel, and we'll have a few little odds and ends. This I would really like a digital paper of, actually, because it's really pretty. So I think what we can do is sort of do this and then figure out something for a focal piece. I really kind of want a dark colored card base, which I am running low on because I like dark colored card bases. I have a lot of pink left. And I have some teal, which also, I don't know. Oh, green would be nice. I think this green would look nice with, that would pull in sort of. Sorry about not talking into the mic. I think this would pull in some of the foliage, and sort of the outline here is blue, so I think the blues and greens will look nice together. Kind of like that. Now we could just do this, which, or actually we could mount this. I kind of like this up with the truck, I think. I really want to use the truck, I think I've decided. Some of these other ones are a little, and we could use one of these additional sentiments on the inside, even though it has nothing to do here. But I kind of think I want to get this piece down and then play a little bit, try and figure out where we want our truck to be. Let me see how we are all doing, and we are good. I do like this as a slightly heavyweight paper. I mean, like it's much heavier than copy weight. It's about on par with like the cat scrappiness and not too shabby, I think. It feels a little heavier than sort of the Carabella Echo Park kind of papers. It's kind of hard to tell because Carabella and Echo Park sort of have coated papers that are double sided. So, I always feel like it's a little hard to equate them, but that's okay. Here we go. Really like this paper. I really like non-directional papers generally because they always feel so versatile. And you may or may not need a non-directional paper for an upcoming secret project that we will talk about more later, perhaps. I kind of like this sort of just in the center. So I think I'll put it there with this piece, Love and Joy, which has, I think these are little presents. Let me see if I can't look at this. I think I want to try and trim a hair off the top because it looks a little long in the top. Maybe I can do that in my Stampin' Up! Trimmer because I think this will give me a little more granular control because I just want to like shave it off a little hair. There we go. Perfect. That is what I wanted. I'm not saying I didn't like that the Stampin' Up! Trimmer has magnets in it that keeps it closed. I actually think that's sort of a highlight. I like this sort of in the middle. It's got foiling on it already, so I don't really think it needs like extra bling. I do like that. I mean, obviously, this ephemera I grabbed from my stash, but I do like the inclusion of ephemera just generally. Um, 'Cause I feel like it just gives you the ability to make Christmas cards quickly, and particularly this time of year. Like, I feel like we all are like trying to figure out the 9 million Christmas things we need to do. And the other nice thing about this busy pattern is if you did mess up where this is, it wouldn't be super obvious. We have some Christmas ball. I kind of let us. Maybe we'll just leave this simple, and I think I want to decorate the inside because we have this extra little piece. Thinking we could do this, and then maybe well, we could do this in the middle, or maybe just do it on the corner. Sorry, I guess we could do this way too, because it's sort of the right height for that. I'm thinking we could like bring in like the candy cane with that. Maybe I'll just do this like like I'll think I'll put the flower in the corner and then maybe we can just put something over this. I'm not usually an inside card decorator person, but I feel like on the holidays it's always kind of nice and it kind of makes it feel a little more special. But, I mean, a handmade card is already special, so it's not like you need to. But it's kind of a nice way to use up some of these extra bits and pieces. Maybe the deer. I have a couple snowmen, but they're pretty big. I'm thinking maybe the deer standing next to this. Let's see how that looks. No, I think I want the deer on here. Do I want him? Oh, this is kind of cute in the corner, maybe. Hmm. I like that flower. I think I'll put him sort of like this. I don't know. I always love the Echo Park stickers, and I feel like the stickers are so underutilized, and they're such a nice way, like to get new card makers in because it's like more achievable because you don't have to figure out all the nonsense with glue and whatnot. Hey, someone's here. Hey, Pam. How are you? Howdy, howdy. And Elizabeth. Yay! Happy pre-birthday. I was just talking about you. I hope you are well. I definitely wanted to do this a little early just so that I wanted to go and see you and Debbie because you're both such like fun characters. Oh, it was great. I would say kind of like last year, Saturday was busier than Sunday. I actually sold a lot more cards than last year. Like last year, I basically sold um like 6 cards outside of I had sold a pack of them to my uncle. And this year I think I sold more like 60 or so. So it was a very large bump up in things. So that was pretty cool. But I had a good time. My mom said she sold about 20% less, but last year she also had one person who kind of went on a buying frenzy. So I feel like it was pretty much okay. About the same for her. I don't know. It's fun. It's always nice to see all the peoples. Everyone's saying hi to each other, which I just love. Let me see. I am glad you are okay, Pam. Leslie, hello. How are you? There's a cat trying to climb on my desk if it sounds like there's someone trying to break into my house. It's actually my cat. And he might just join you. But since we got done pretty early, let me just do a quick project showcase for the folks who are here. I made a stag card on Monday, which I sold, and I made a card that's similar to another one of these that I sold. So if we fast forward to day 3, we made this card. Um, Day 3 was these sentiment strips that we got. I think 8 sentiments in 4 different colors and fonts, which was pretty cool. This ephemera was from day 2, which I like this ephemera a lot. I need to look at the Craft Stash site to see if you can buy it because I would definitely buy an extra pack of that. And then day 4, we got a stencil that is designed to actually, if I had like played with it on an envelope, which I don't see anymore, because I lose things on my desk. Day 4 was this stencil, which is designed mostly for journaling, and then I reused one of the sentiments. And day 5, we got this mysterious piece. More on that later. Um, I had actually had the demo version of this on my desk. Oh, here it is. So the piece looks like this when it's flat. I thought it was just a geometric pattern, but it actually makes a doodad that when you glue this to a card and then glue a little book in, when the card opens, the little book thingy opens. Both Lala and my friend Lynn and my friend Delise called that one. Hooray! Hey, Belle, how are you? Hopefully, you are doing well. Oh, no worries. I went early because one of my friends is doing a pre-birthday stream. Miss Elizabeth, who has a fun giveaway, if you're interested. She's doing all sorts of stuff. Anyway, um, so this was what I made with the mystery card and some lunar paste. That just does this really cool green shift when you put it on craft. But the pieces you can see here, but it makes this little mini card that pops up. Obviously, you don't necessarily need to make this as a card, as a mini card. You could use a circle, or you can use anything you can fold in half, basically. I just used this celestial paper pad from last year from Michaels that I had little bits and pieces of. And then the other thing we did on the day we got these journaling stencils is we did this really cool technique where you basically get your craft paper wet and then stamp it again after the whole thing dries out. And it does warp a bit, but it will not it would unwarp if I flattened it under something. But anyway, it gives you this really cool sort of burnout effect. It looks very vintage when you do it in brown and black, but my friend Bell was saying you could stamp this whole thing on white and then just color it myriad of rainbow colors. You could do a blue deer or a purple deer or whatever color deer you wanted it to do, or you could do like sort of a rainbow deer. Although Craft Stash calls this a stag. Anyway, and then today we got some paper. We got one other paper. We got one other. I think we got two other papers, and these sort of they're not quite chipboard. So we got these two papers and this one that I used on the card. And then we got these, they're not quite chipboard and they're not cut out elements. I'm not sure. I'm curious what Craft Dash calls these. But I just cut this one off the bottom for our card today. And I used some Echo Park leftovers from something I made a mini album out of. So we still have a good bit there left for future cards, which is good because I'm glad that we have something that's a little more festive, although this one also had happy birthdays and whatnot. Oh, that's a really good idea. That would be neat. I need to try that. I actually have a lot of uh I have the Delicata silver that I haven't broken into. That I'll need to try. I think that sounds really cool as a idea. I will. Thanks, Pam. That's a good idea. There may or may not be something. There might be a challenge in Lynn's group coming up that may or may not have something to do with that. Um, but since it's a January thing, I am going to leave it a mystery for now. But I am happy that you guys came, and this is the card we did today. I love a little deer. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you. I'm going to see if I can't find some yum yums for dinner and get the cat off my desk, perhaps. And then I will be over on Elizabeth's stream to see all the birthday thingies that she will be doing. And yeah, I think that's all I have. Oh, one of my friends, I guess I was saying this to Blossom and the other folks who were here earlier, but one of my friends said that it's hard to figure out where all my links are now, so I brought back the scrolly bits. So Those are all there if you want to support the stream or find affiliate links or whatever. Oh, thanks, Cordelia. Welcome. Thank you. I had fun. I mean, I like cards like this that are just easy to put together. It's like some ephemera and some stickers and some pretty paper. And I feel like these are the kind of cards that, like, if you're busy, you can still make, even though I really like the elaborate ones too. But anyway, it is good seeing all of you. I will think that we'll probably move tomorrow's stream to 5 as well, if possible, just so because I know Elizabeth's finale is at 7 Eastern, 6 p.m. my time. So I don't want to overschedule that because it's always good to have a fun birthday bits. And yeah, as always, if you have thoughts, comments, or whatnot, feel free to leave them below these videos. I really enjoyed how people have been coming into the Advent series at various points and then sort of leaving comments because, like, some of them are, I don't know, particularly that die. Like, I'm sure people like laugh at that, watch that, and just giggle now. But anyway, oh, yes, we will be doing all of the things for sure. Thanks, Belle. Well, I don't know. See, I feel kind of bad because it's like I was not planning to do daily lives, and then Lala and I were chatting, and then it seemed like then I asked people in the stream, and everybody was like, "Oh, I'd like to see a daily live." So we're doing daily lives for Advent for the next, I don't know, 20 days. So I don't know. I'm trying to be somewhat respectful of people who have standard time slots, but it's also like, you know, sometimes it's sort of like there's only so many hours in the day. But anyway, I hope you all have just a fantastic time. Oh, thanks for sharing, Belle. Yes, I always appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you dropping the link in the chat. Thanks, Fab. Anyway, guys, I will chat at you later. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.